What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Pure Ghost back again with another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new PC build that I created a couple months ago. I say a couple months ago, it is actually July right now, and I built this back in January. Recorded some of it and then never even touched the video to edit it and upload it and all that because it is a lot of work and I did get lazy. But before we get into that, I would like to say thank you guys so much for 18,000 subscribers. I was literally at 4,000 like a week ago, and we were already at 18,000, quickly approaching 20,000. So who knows what I'll even be at the time of this video being uploaded. Literally so random, so insane that this happened to me pretty much overnight, in just 7 days. So if you're new here, if you subscribed, I thank you so very much. Yeah, guys, pretty much all of the videos that I have, of this PC, of me building it, of all the parts and stuff, like I said, I took this back in January of this year. So about 6 months ago or 7 months ago is when I recorded some of this. Now, I didn't record the entire build of this PC, obviously, because, I don't have professional camera equipment, and I really didn't know what I was doing in the first place. I just had one of my friends helping me, and we figured it out pretty easily. But as we go through the videos and I post them on the screen, I'm just going to kind of talk about the parts and what this is helping me do, especially with YouTube. This is kind of more an investment than just a, hobby computer that I wanted to buy, which I have wanted for a very long time. But now that I'm starting, to gain traction on YouTube, it just makes sense to go ahead and invest in my own craft. Because with this PC, I can now, make a lot of high quality videos. And obviously with the subscriber return, it is, clearly working out. So guys, I guess I'll pretty much start with last year. So 2023, I think it was about October of 2023. One of my friends sent me a video of one of his buddy's computer that he just, built. And it was pretty much the same one as mine. It was a big old case. I don't know if it was the NZXT H9 that I have. I think it might have been the Lee & Lee case, the, very big one. Pretty much he had all of the Lee & Lee fans. He had 10 fans. He had a CPU, cooler and all that. And I looked at that and I really fell in love with it. And I said, I even told him like in the message, I was like, all right, I'm going to build not exactly that computer, but I'm going to build a computer just like that. I love the look of the Lee & Lee fans. And so obviously that's what I ended up going with. And so obviously I just created a list. I went on my phone. I started looking up PC parts that I knew I needed. So I know I wanted a new case. I know I wanted those fans. And then I had to decide on the actual, internals and the motherboard and all like that. Everything like that. The CPU, the graphics card, which I'm reusing. So the graphics card is the only, not incredible part of it. It's still a really good card, but it could be a lot better in terms of the build. So like I said, I created a list of all the parts in my phone. I grabbed all the fans, which was 10 of those. That's probably like $250 just in Lee & Lee fans. I got the triple fan CPU radiator, so air to water radiator, which is also Lee & Lee. It has the mirror fans. I did mess up and I got one set of the V1s, I believe, and 2 sets of the V2s, or I guess the CPU cooler was probably the V2, and then the rear fan was the reversed V2 as well. So I do have mix and match of V1 and V2 fans. I'm not entirely mad at, you don't really notice it unless you try to look for it, which you can notice, since I've told you about it now. But yep, I got the, I picked up the fans. I added the case that I wanted, which was the NZXT H9 Elite. So this is the biggest case that NZXT has. And, made a whole documentary series pretty much in my phone on all the fitments and if these fans were going to work, all the measurements, stuff like that, trying to figure out what power supply to get. Slowly over time, I picked up every single part. If you wanted to buy this outright, it would be like $2,600. So I didn't do that. I went ahead and waited. I picked up, just a fan, maybe a triple set of fans. I do that 1 week. And then a couple weeks later, I pick up another triple set of fans. And I just buy it over time. And slowly, I just got a giant collection of parts, which you can see in one of these videos. There's going to be a giant, pile of parts in my floor. But overall, it was very much worth it, as you can see from the end result. I'm sure I've already shown it on the screen. We went with the MSI, I think it was Z690 Carbon motherboard, so it's a Z690 in comparison to the Z790, you know, not much different. And it does have DDR5 support. So I'm going to post the specs on the screen as well somewhere in the video. I'll probably do it in the description as well if you really want to know like all the stuff that I have in the computer. Like I said, the graphics card is probably going to change soon. I'm going to be picking up either a 4080 or maybe even the 50 series if I can just wait out for it. Because this 3080, it does get pretty hot. That's the only issue that I've had. Like it just gets really hot. So guys, for the RAM, as I said, I picked up the DDR5 RAM. So we have the G-Skill Trident Z5. Now this is just the normal Z5 edition. It's not like the Neo or anything like that. I believe the Neo is good for AMD systems, which is not what I went for on this one. This was an Intel system. So, you know, I have had a little bit of problems in the BIOS trying to get games to run on DDR5. It is kind of finicky. I do have my system pretty stable right now. I just believe with Intel and with DDR5, they just kind of don't go together well, you know, from factory or whatever. So you got to change, you got to go mess with the BIOS a lot, change the settings to get it to work, you know, exactly how you want it to. And guys, for the CPU, I went with the Intel 14th gen i9, so the 14900K. This is an absolute beast of a chip. A lot of people were probably, you know, asking why I didn't go AMD. I've never had an AMD system. Honestly, I just don't want one. I've always been an Intel guy. I don't know. I just feel like they're more reliable than AMD. I have friends that have AMD systems, you know, whether they're older or newer parts. They always just say that their computer always overheats. It literally shut down completely, or, you know, their CPU is overheating or whatever. And I just don't feel like dealing with all that. Now I will take Intel just for the BIOS problems. That's easier to fix than overheating problems, stuff like that. So guys, I guess that's pretty much it for the build. Also, I didn't go over the power supply. So the NZXT C1200, 1200 watt, 80 plus gold power supply, fully modular. Actually a pretty good deal for 1200 watts. So that gives me plenty of room down the road if I, you know, want to get a 4090 or 5090 or anything like that. I'll have plenty of I'll have plenty of, you know, amperage or whatever to, you know, hold up to a card like that. All right, guys, I guess that is pretty much it for the video. As you can see in all of these videos, the PC does look really sick. I wish I could get rid of like the wires and stuff at the back. I just don't have a way to do that currently. But if I could change anything, like I said, I'm going to be getting a new graphics card soon. And I'm also going to be adding the Lee streamer cables for both the motherboard plug and the graphics card plugs as soon as I get a new graphics card. So that's going to add even more RGB to the system. It is going to look sick. Okay guys, I guess that's pretty much it for the video. If you're looking into buying a PC, just make sure you plan out every little thing. Make sure everything is compatible. Make sure you're using PCPartPicker.com to go ahead and test all the parts out and stuff like that, just to make sure it all works. All right guys, one moment. I actually didn't want to end the video like that. I wanted to talk about the actual PC a little bit more because I did the into not, however, tell you guys how it worked. So pretty much I haven't struggled in any single game that I've played. As I showed at the beginning, you know, I had some Fortnite gameplay. We're pretty much getting 165 frames locked all the time if I have on, you know, reasonable settings. I don't keep on anything really on high. I just keep it on medium with max render distance, stuff like that. But pretty much any game, it just handles it super easy. Any CPU-based game especially is not a single problem for this computer. As always, as I said a bunch in the video, the 3080, you know, it could be better, but I'm going to be upgrading soon, and this computer hasn't had a single problem with anything, really. Now, for the CPU that I bought, obviously I'm doing a lot of video editing. I render out some videos pretty much every day. This thing saves me a ton of time. Like I said, my previous computer, I had an i5, I had a 9th gen i9, so 9400F or something like that. Wasn't as great. It was still a top of the line CPU for that generation, but it is nothing in comparison to this beast. And to where I'm rendering out a video in my, you know, studio, whatever, at 2K resolution, this thing can pump out a video in like less than 2 minutes, whereas the other computer was pumping it out probably 5 to 10 minutes. So it saves me time. A lot of the load times on these videos to render in completely and then, you know, fully render it out in production, all that takes a lot of time, and that's just time I don't want to sit there and waste. So 100% recommend that for a production CPU. It's incredible. Now, I'm not saying AMD doesn't probably make one that's better, because I know like the X3D or whatever is probably really good for production, but you know, the i9 14th gen, I have no complaints. This thing is a beast. Now, I might sound like a rambling idiot. I do get some frequent crashes on this system. Now, most of them, I think I've narrowed it down. So I had to go into BIOS immediately when I figured out how to do this, to change the Intel Core Boost, I believe the setting was, in the BIOS. It's something that comes with the CPU. It's called Intel Core Boost. As soon as I turned that off, the system was more stable than it was when I first got it. Like, I couldn't even play a single game of FORTNITE. Not even the game, the entire computer would blue screen, and I had no idea how to fix it. It was a new error code every single day, pretty much. And I know I'm rambling on a lot about random crap now, but I am getting a good bit of errors in just random games and system stuff with the kernel access and all types of stuff. I have no idea how to fix these. I mean, I've literally reinstalled Windows and I'm still getting some of these errors sometimes. Okay guys, I don't know if it's the same kind of error, but pretty much my FORTNITE has been stuttering every like 15 to 1 minute, 15 seconds to 1 minute. And it shows up in the event viewer sometimes, but I can't find it right now. But I've found one person on the internet with the same problem, and no one else knows how to fix it, apparently. It seems like it's a new issue, probably something to do with the new Intel chip or DDR5 RAM, something like that. If you have any, you know, info on this, please hit me up. Feel free to message me on Discord if you have any ideas on how to fix this. I will be playing the game. It'll be, you know, locked at 165 frames, and it'll randomly just shoot down to, you know, 1 frame. It'll freeze the entire game for about a second or two, and then it'll go back to normal. And it'll do that once every couple minutes, and it'll show up in the event viewer. So, you know, I know this is random. This isn't, you know, wasn't meant to be part of the video, but, you know, if you can help me, please do. I did actually find a Reddit post on it, but this is for AMD, so I don't know. But pretty much I'm getting the same error code as this. Session, and then it's whatever this number is, failed to start with the following error. And it's this error. So it's something to do with full screen, I believe. And then all of this, I don't have any of that because this is an AMD system right here. But that's the same error that I'm getting. So I've tried to look up the error. I can't figure it out. Like I said, if you can help me with that, I would really appreciate it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video, guys. I appreciate it if you watched this far into the video. Hey guys, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and for 18,000 subscribers. I never thought I would be here, and I really appreciate it if you stick around. Yeah guys, it's been your boy Pure Ghost. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe button, and the post notification bell to never miss a single upload from me. But I will catch you guys in the next upload.